Good morning and welcome to yoga this morning on our Saturday morning, day 25 of our 30-day yoga challenge. So I hope you're feeling well this morning, and yeah, let's get going. We've got a couple more minutes, so what we'll do first is I'll let you know the props that we need for this morning. So we will be needing 2 blocks or the equivalent of 2 blocks, so you could use thick books, something that's going to support your body weight, and then also like a strap or strap equivalent. So you could use a belt, a dressing gown tie, a scarf, anything that is long enough that you can put around your feet, and an optional blanket. You don't have to have it. That is just an option to use the other practice. So we'll just wait another minute. Also for anyone else to join, and then we'll get started for our practice this morning. But as always, listening to your body. You know your body best. Excuse me. You know your body best than anyone. So if you're working with injuries, restrictions, any limitations, then please listen to your body. Always come down to child's pose. Anytime you need a break. And then feel free to join in whenever feels good for you. And I will be guiding through Vinyasas this morning. If at any point you don't want to do one, please don't. You can either hold plank for a little bit of extra strength, you can pause in downward facing dog or child's pose. All the Vinyasas are optional, but I will guide you through them because it is a Vinyasa practice. So let's get started. So we're going to start this morning on our backs, and we will need one of the blocks close to hand, not for the first few minutes, but we will be using it shortly. So keep your block to hand, coming down onto your back. Good. And then the legs are a bit wider than hip width distance, and the arms down beside you, a little bit a space between the body and the arms, with the palms facing up. And then just making any adjustments that you need so you can properly soften, be at ease, without feeling like you need to fidget. And just arrive on your mat this morning. You might have been up for a little while, or you could have literally just jumped from bed, run down, or jumped on your mat. So just spend a few moments arriving physically, mentally. And here, closing down the eyes. Allow the legs to soften. Allow the toes to draw out with the heels in. And allow the belly to rise as you inhale through the nose. And then soften as you exhale through the nose. The shoulders are soft. The neck is soft. Easing any tension through the jaw. Often we store tension here. So perhaps part the teeth and take the jaw side to side. Good. And start counting the breath, so connecting. So as we breathe in for a count of 4 or 5. And then at the top, pause and maintain the breath for a count of 1. And then slowly exhale for a count of 5 or 6. Good. At the bottom of the exhale, pause. Exhaling for 1. And then inhale for 4 or 5. Pause and retain for 1. Exhale for 5 or 6. Pause at the bottom of the exhale for 1. Good. So keep this rhythmic breathing going in your silence for a few more rounds of breath. slowly opening the eyes, bring some little movements to the fingers, the toes, rotating the wrists and the ankles. Good, and then reach the arms up overhead, give yourself a full body stretch, pointing, flexing the feet. Good, and then hug the knees in towards the chest. And just add a little bit of movement either side, rocking and rolling. Good, and then pause, release the feet. We're just going to start opening the chest here. So bring on the block. And you'll have to play around with the positioning on here. And it's not the most comfortable because there is a block underneath your shoulders. But roughly where we want it is between the shoulder blades. And there shouldn't be pain, but discomfort is fine. So towards the top, so roughly from the bottom of the shoulder blades is the end of the block. And then the block's going up towards the head, and then we rest gently the head either on the mat, or this is where a blanket is quite useful. And then bring the arms down beside you. And the legs can either be long, you can bend the knees, or you can bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees out wide. And then just settle here for a few breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Good, just find that softness through the shoulders, that opening through the chest. Good, 2 more breaths here. And then bring the hands outside the thighs, gently draw the knees back to centre, and then rolling off of the block to remove it. Good. Keep the block handy and then come back onto your spine. Okay, so then bring the left leg out, hug the right knee in towards the chest, interlace the hands around the shin. If you need to bring it outside the rib cage to avoid any joint compression through the hip joint, then please do so. Good. Pause here, breathing, keep the shoulders soft. Good, and then reaching for the outer edge of the right foot, coming into your half happy baby. Keep the shoulders soft, drawing the knee down. Just be mindful here, not forcing the body in any way. Still early in our practice, and we never want to force the body anyway, but just allow the body time to wake up. Good, and then draw the knee back to centre. Take the outside of the right thigh with the left hand and draw the right leg over to the left, coming into a twist. Trying to keep the right shoulder down, and then either go across the right arm or reach it up overhead. Good. Coming into a gentle twist. 2 more breaths here. Good, and then gently come back to centre. Coming back to a half happy baby for 2 breaths. Good, and then gently release the right leg down. Left knee hugs in. Interlace the hands. Draw that thigh towards the chest. Good, breathing here, closing the eyes. Maybe bring it slightly outside the rib cage to create a bit more space through the joint. Allow the breath to flow freely around the hips. And then reach the outer edge of the left foot, coming into our half happy baby. This side, keeping the shoulders soft. Finding space in and around this hip. Good, and then draw the thigh back to centre. Take the right hand outside the left thigh as you gently guide it, the leg across to the right, keeping the left shoulder down, coming to the position of choice with your left arm, either cactus or reach up overhead. Coming to our twist this side. 2 breaths here. Good, and then slowly coming back to centre. Coming into half happy baby for 2 breaths. Good, and then release left leg, bend the right knee. Good. So taking the block, we're going to squeeze the block between the thighs, okay, and then bring my hand down beside you. Put the knees over the hips. Squeeze the belly here. Good. And then keep that connection with the lower back into the mat. We're going to slowly lower the legs down, of the heels. Good. Exhale to draw back. If this is too much, listen to your lower back, release the block, and then do one heel at a time, okay? To keep squeezing the block. Make sure that the knees stay over the hips. Inhale to lower, keep the belly squeezing. Exhale. Inhale. Ease any tension through the shoulders, the jaw. 5 more. Keep it slow, controlled. 4 more. 3. 2. 1. Building that far back. Good. And then take the hands behind the head, interlace the hands, and then we're going to allow the legs to draw over to the right. Okay, so resting the legs down. Coming into our oblique crunches. So what we're going to do is keep the head nice and heavy in the hands, tuck the chin, and then we're going to exhale. Imagine we're drawing the left elbow towards the left hip. Squeeze the left side. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale. So good. Finding that twist through the body, that little crunch. Keep the belly drawing in. Resting the head in the hands, so we're taking the pressure out of the neck. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Release the head down. Draw the belly in as the legs come back to center with the core. Just take a moment to centralize the hips. Keep squeezing the block, maybe rearrange it, and the legs come over to the left. Good. So when we're ready, exhale. Right elbow to right hip. Inhale, release. Keep squeeze the belly. Good. 5 more. So have that control all the way up, all the way down. 3. 2. Last one. Good. Release, draw the legs back to center. Release the block, give yourself a full body stretch, easing out through that core. Good. Okay, so we bend the knees, and then we're going to place the right ankle on top of the left thigh, coming into our supine pigeon. So Be mindful here with beginning of practice, so you can use the right hand between the right knee and the hip to gently encourage the knee to open and wider. Keep the right foot flexed. Good, you need to stay here, or you can interlace the hands around the back of the left thigh, keeping the head, neck, shoulders soft. Good, so we want, if you're coming into this variation, imagine you're drawing the left thigh towards you and the right leg away from you. Flexing both feet. Good. Maybe come into a little bit of dynamic movement. That can feel quite nice. Opening into that right outer hip. Good. Pause. Release the left leg, release the right leg, and change sides. Good. So we want to work through the options and the modifications gradually, just to give the body time to adjust, respond. Good. Then maybe lift the right leg. Flexing the feet. Imagine the left knees drawn away from you and the right thigh towards you. And then maybe come to a little bit of dynamic movement. Good. And then gently pause. Release the right leg, release the left leg. Hug the knees in towards the chest, bring the hand to the backs of the knees. And we're going to rock and roll 3 times up and down the spine. But each time we come up, we're going to hover the knees almost like a mini boat. So coming back and then up. And hover the feet. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pause here. Good. And then release. Cross the legs over, making our way into our tabletop position. Okay, so spread the hands nice and wide, let the fingers nice and wide, the wrists are underneath, the elbows underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. So coming into our cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale. Really press into the hands to get that spine and to get the shoulders open. Inhale. Articulating the spine. Exhale. Inhale, so use the whole length of the breath. Maybe close the eyes so you're really tuning in with inhale. Good. Exhale. And then maybe come to some freestyle movement. Just easing gently into the body this morning. Maybe circles, figure of 8s. Doing whatever feels good for you. Easing through those hips maybe. Just make sure that you balance the body both sides. Good, and then come to stillness. And then we're going to come to our wide leg child's pose. So bring the knees nice and wide, big toes touch, come to sit the hips back onto the heels, walk the hands forward, bring the forehead down. So options here with the hands, either keep the elbows bent with the forearms down, or if you know you're okay on your shoulders, lift, walk the hands slightly further forward, lift the elbows, the forearms, maybe come to the fingertips. So listen to the shoulders here. Maybe roll over the forehead. This is quite nice to ease any tension. Good, and then come to stillness. Okay, plant the hands down. Inhale, come up. We're going to come to our tricep press up. So press into the hands to get that strength through the shoulders. Inhale, lower down, elbows stay in. Exhale, press up. Good. Inhale. Exhale, keep the belly active, inner thigh squeeze together. 2 more. Last one. Good. Come to sit back onto your into your chop pose and just rest here for a moment. Good. We'll do that one more time. Inhale to come forward. Breath here and exhale. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press up. Good. Two more. Last one. Use that breath. Good. And come sit back onto the heels. Well done. Building that heat, that strength. Good. And then inhale, come back to our all fours. Ground the hands, preparing for our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes. Inhale as we lift the hips nice and high. Good. Feet roughly hip width distance apart, but listen to your body. Bend the knees as much as needed. Considering this is our first down dog, it's still early. And then stop pedaling, bringing movement to the feet. Press firmly into the fingertips. Fingers have a little gap between them, nice and wide. Good, maybe come on the tiptoes. Down the knee, bend the knees. Do whatever feels good to bring you space, movement this morning. Good. And then when you're ready, pause and come to stillness. Inhale, ripple forwards to our high plank. Good. Release the knees, untuck the toes. Exhaling, elbows in as we lower down. Inhale, coming to our baby cobra. Release the hands, make sure that the back's doing the work, but keep the glutes active. Press the tops of the feet down and the pubic bone down. Exhale to release. Inhale to press back onto the knees. Tuck the toes, exhaling downward facing dog. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, ripple forward, pause in your plank first, find that strength. Exhale, release the knees, untuck the toe. Lower all the way down, keep those elbows in. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra, release the hands. Exhale. Inhale, back onto the knees. Tuck the toes, exhaling downward facing dog. Good. 1 more. Inhale. Release the knees, untuck the toes, exhale. Inhale, cobra. You can keep the hands down this time, but seeing the elbows in, shoulders soft. Imagine you're drawing your palms towards your hips, so the chest draws through. Be nice and active. Exhale to release. Inhale, back onto the knees. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From here, inhale, right leg sweeps up, flex the foot. Exhale, bend the knee, right knee draws in towards the nose, coming into a 3-legged plank. Inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, right knee to the outside of the right elbow. Good. Inhale. Exhale, right knee across to the left. Pause here. Thread the right leg underneath the left arm. Spin onto the side of the left foot so it's at an angle, but press into the outer edge of the left foot. Ground the right hand, and then inhale, lift the left arm coming into our fallen star. Squeeze the glutes and the hips nice and high. Gaze can either be down or up. Good, nice and active here. Press the feet down. Good, gently release the left hand down. Spin onto the ball of the left foot. Draw the right knee to the left elbow. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale, placing it down. Good. Pause here. Then just bring a little bit of movement to the legs. Noticing what's going on with the shoulders. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Squeeze the belly. Inhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, pause. Thread the left leg underneath the right, spin Sideways on the right foot, but press into the outer edge of the right foot. Inhale. Coming to our fallen star. Squeeze the glutes. Active through the legs. Press into that left hand. Good. Release the right hand down. Spin onto the ball of the right foot. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale. Exhale to the release. Good. Pause here. Bring some movement to the legs. And then pause. Gazing forwards, bend the knees. Walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat. Coming into your ragdoll, so feet hip width distance apart. Deep bend in the knee, allow the belly to rest on the thighs. Crown of the head is heavy. Arms hang down with the backs of the hands to the mat, or take hold of opposite elbows. Gently sway side to side, can feel really nice. Maybe not the head yes and no. Good, then pause. Good, release the hands down, tuck the chin. Slowly coming up on the inhale, unless you have low blood pressure, in which case come up on the exhale. Good, and then we're going to come all the way to a standing position, up to Tadasana, a mountain pose. So keeping the feet hip width distance apart, or slightly apart, or bring the big toes to touch slightly apart the ankles. Spin the palms forwards. Good, closing the eyes, softening the shoulders. Good, and then bringing your blocks to the top of the mat. Bring them roughly hip width distance apart. Okay, so coming to stand on the blocks. So their feet are underneath the hips. We're going to come into a little bit of calf strengthening work here. So bring the hands down beside you with the palms facing back. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. As we inhale, lift up onto the tiptoes, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale with control, lower down. Good. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core. So the whole length of the exhale lowers you down. The whole length of the inhale lifts you up. Good. Two more. Hopefully you're feeling a burn starting to happen in the calves. Last one, hold here. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Slowly release down, coming off of the blocks, taking them to one side. Good. So coming through our sun salutations, getting everything nice and flowing. So our Surya Namaskar A. So bring the big toes to touch apart the ankles. Bring the hands to your heart center. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips as we fold down to our forward fold. Bend the knees as much as needed here, first forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, right leg steps back, left foot follows in our plank. Good, strong here, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, release the knees, untap the toes, lower all the way down. Inhale for our cobra. Squeeze the glutes, press the tops of the feet down, shoulders are soft. Exhale to release down. Inhale, come back onto the knees. Tap the toes, exhaling downward facing dog. Good, inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, right leg sweeps up. Gaze forward, step the right foot to the top of the mat, the left foot follows, coming into our halfway lift. Exhale, softening down. Inhale, come all the way up. Gaze comes up. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good. Inhale. Maybe come to a baby back bend. Exhale, float down. Knowing that we can get deeper throughout practice into our folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, right foot follows. Good. Option here to lower through full plank to up. Excuse me. Or lower through with your knees down. Good. If you're lowering through full plank, bring the shoulders over the wrists. Lower down halfway, elbows stay in. Flip the toes, and then come to your upward facing dog. Wherever you are, thinking about that strength through the lower legs. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, left leg sweeps up. Gaze forwards, left foot steps through, right leg follows, coming into our halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, maybe baby back bend. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time either step back to plank or hop back chaturanga, bent elbows. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, walk, step, float lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, fold up. Inhale, come all the way up, maybe baby back bend. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank, hop back, chaturanga, bend elbows. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, walk, step, float lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good. Pause here in your Tadasana. Taking on some water now is quite a good time before we start the next part of our class. Good. Okay, so then when you're ready, pause at the top of your mat. Coming into your Tadasana. Okay, so we're going to take a big step back with the left leg. Release the left knee down, keep the right knee over the ankle, and bringing our blocks next to us. Okay, so keeping nice and tall through the back. So we're going to work through our lunges with strength here. Okay, so keeping the feet roughly underneath the hips. So the left leg is roughly under the left hip, right leg under the tracking with the right hip. Pressing firmly down through the right foot, and imagine you're drawing the right heel towards the sit bones. Left knee presses down, and imagine you're drawing the left heel forward, the left knee forward. So it's this isometric contraction where we're squeezing the inner thighs. It helps build that strength through the joints, keep the glutes squeezing. Good, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now send the hips back, keeping them over the knee. Lift the right leg up. Walk the blocks back a little bit if you need to. So here, just be mindful that the right hip doesn't overshoot out. Draw the right hip underneath. Good. Always use a blanket if it's a bit sore on the knee here. So here, keep a little micro bend in the right knee. And then think about pressing the right heel down and drawing the right heel towards you, activating through the hamstrings. And then the left knee presses down, drawing the knee forwards. Good. Flex the right foot. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, coming forwards. Maybe find a little more space through that left side. Good. Again. Pause here, soften into the pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the right foot down, draw the right heel towards the sit bones. Good. Left knee draws in and towards the front of the mat. So squeezing through the inner thighs, lift through the pelvic floor, belly's nice and active. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften here, maybe find a little more space. Good. We're here for 5. Passively. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Send the hips back. Lengthen the right leg with a little micro bend to the bow. Press firmly into the blocks, lift the chest. Right heel engages into the mat, lift the right thigh. Draw the heel towards you and the left knee forwards. Good. Squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale to come forward. Maybe find a little bit more space. Good. Pause here. Good. And then from here, we're going to squeeze the glutes, lift the left knee. Good. So kind of in our, you might need to change your stance if you've come a little bit further back. Fist your hands, make your hands into fists, keep that right knee bent. We're going to come into our split squats, just building that strength around the hips and the thighs. So squeezing, good. As we inhale, we lower down, tap that left knee. Good, and then think about driving up with that right heel. Lift you up, good. Exhale. Inhale. Weights into that right heel, 2 more. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, frame the right foot, step back to plank, come through your Vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, walk, step, float lightly to the top of the mat. Good. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fall down. Inhale, come all the way up, maybe belly back bend. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good, so now big step back with the right leg. Release the right knee down. Keep the toes tucked. Just find your left knee over the ankle. Good. So from here, press the left foot down. Left heel draws towards the back of the mat. Right knee presses down. So come slightly to the top of the knee. So you're not directly on the knee joint itself. You're more the fleshy part above the knee. Good. And the knee draws in, presses in, and then draws towards the top of the mat. So we're engaging through the inner thighs, isometrically contracting. Squeeze the glutes. Belly's active. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Soften here. Passively enter the pose. Good. Then we're going to shift the hips back. Keep them nice and high. Left toes draw up. Walk the heels back a little bit. And just be mindful that the left hip doesn't overshoot. So squeeze the inner thighs together. Little micro bend in the left knee. Press the left knee down, the left heel down, and imagine you're drawing it towards the back of the mat. The right knee, the right shin presses in and towards the top of the mat. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the belly. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And soften. Coming back to our lunge. Maybe find a little bit more space with that right hip. Good. Pause here isometrically. Okay, so now for the engagement part. Press the left foot down, draw the heel towards the back of the mat. Right leg presses into the mat and draws forwards. Good. Squeeze the glutes. Nice and active here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften. Good. Exhale, draw the hips back, walk the bricks back, left foot flexes. Good. Again, press the left heel in, draw it towards the back of the mat, right knee in towards the front of the mat. This isometric contraction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, coming forwards. Maybe find a little bit more space in that right front thigh and pause here. So when we're wanting to work with that strength, getting that joint strength, supporting us, rather than just hanging out in our joints. It's really important to move for that strength, body control. Good. And then from here, Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, belly's active as we inhale, come up to our high lunge. Good, bring the hands down behind us, coming into our split squat. So maybe adjusting your stance. Fist the arms, squeeze the arms. Good. Inhale, lower down, bend the right knee, tap. Exhale, press up through the left heel. Inhale. Exhale, good. The left heel is driving you up here. Two more. Feeling that heat build within the body. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, from the left foot, maybe move the blocks. Step back to plank, come through your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Step, walk, flow lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good, pause here. Release the hands down, coming into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Noticing the heart rate as we've increased it. That heat within the body. Working with strength and flexibility. Good. Now I'm going to come to our standing pigeon now just to ease through the hips. So bringing your awareness to the left leg, lift the right knee up and then start to rotate the hip and then plant the right ankle onto the left thigh. Flex the right foot. Bring your hands to your heart center, keeping the chest and the torso proud. Start bending into that left knee as we start sitting down. Good, into that pigeon. Breathing into the outer edge of the right foot. Into the right hips, rather. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Driving up. Oops, release the right leg and then placing it down and then give the legs a little bit of a shake. Good. Bring your awareness to the right leg. Float the left leg off. Rotate the hip externally. Bring the left ankle to the right thigh. Your hands to your heart center. Start bending into that right knee. Good. Breathing into the outer edge of the left hip. Find that still point to focus on your drishti. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming out the way you came in. Gently lift that left leg, place it down, and then give the legs a little bit of movement. Okay, so coming back to the top of the mat, we're going to come into our forward fold. So inhale. Exhale, hinge down, using your blocks if you want to. Every inhale, we're going to come to a halfway lift. Every exhale, soften down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pause, hold here. Bring the weight slightly forward. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lifting up as you roll up. Good. So we're going to flow down. We've got one more vinyasa, totally optional if you want to do it before we come onto our back. So inhale. Exhale, float down. If you want to come to down dog or child pose, please feel free to do so. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Release the knees down. Good. And come to sit onto your heels. Just pause here for a moment. Left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Just allow the heart rate to slow down a little bit before we come down onto our backs. Good. And then coming down onto your seat, we're going to come straight down onto our backs without a roll down. We've done quite a lot of strength work today, so just bring yourself down. Good. So coming into our twist. So stack the knees over the hips, and we're going to bring the right leg over the left, okay? So we're crossing at the knees, and then go across the arm, and then allow the legs to draw towards the left. We want the right shoulder to stay rooted down. Close the eyes, just start slowing everything down. Good. Inhale to come back to center and back of the legs. Just pause as we centralize the hips in the middle of the mat. Good, and then take the knees over the hips. Take the left leg over the right, and then allow the knees over to the right. Keep the left shoulder rooted down. Okay, 2 more breaths. Good, and then draw yourself back to center, unravel the legs. Just pause as you centralize the hips in the middle of the mat. And then coming to happy baby. So draw the knees in. And then for today, if we just keep hold of the shins or the backs of the legs, so we're not reaching for the outer edges of the feet. We're trying to keep the upper body as soft as possible. Good, breathing here. 5 breaths here. One more breath. Good, then draw the knees back to center. Give yourself a big hug. And just release everything down. Release the feet and coming into your Shavasana. So finding a comfortable position, options with the position we started in this morning with the legs long and the arms down beside you. You can also, if you've got a wall close to you, you can bring the legs up the wall, and then you can also bend the knees. So whichever is comfortable for you, but come to your relaxation. Closing the eyes, softening the body, letting go and releasing. Finding your stillness. Good. And then allow yourself to surrender. So just allow yourself to let go. Let go mentally, emotionally, physically, for this last part of your yoga practice. Get close to my yoga practice. Letting go, I whisper, it's okay to release. Letting go, my body says thank you back to me. Letting go, my mind settles, finding a silence so sweet. Letting go, I feel my body welcoming in peace. This feeling of centeredness, grounded and ease, becomes available at any time. I'm willing to let go and welcome release. Find that softness, find that ease in the silence, and just allow the body to be. I'm going to leave you here in your Shavasana this morning. Wishing you a wonderful day, lovely weekend, and hopefully see you back on the mat soon. Take care. Namaste.